Hey guys, what's up? My name is Shivam Kumar Agrawal and welcome to my YouTube channel DU Chemistry. And today we are with our lecture series on the statistical thermodynamics. And what we have done yesterday or in the previous video lecture is that we have calculated the partition function for the systems having the degeneracy not equals to 1. Having the degeneracy not equals to 1, it can be Z0 of the ground state and Z1 for the excited state. Alright, so we had calculated all the things for without 0 point. This is what we have done in the yesterday. Alright, so I'm just scroll it down so that you might be very aware and get revived of all these things. Alright, okay, so and this we have find out that ratio of the P1 and P0, and this is the value, and alright, so this is what we have done from till the next video. Alright, now we are going to do a little bit about the physical interpretation. I mean that what we had done is by just having the n0 and n1 number of particles. Now we are confronting with some real state systems where the number of particles is not n1 and n0. It can be 30, 40, 50,000, 10,000, any integer. Alright, so in the screen you are able to see that we are assuming for the two-state system. Where, and the first condition is for the temperature equals to 0. For temperature equals to 0, it means only ground states are accessible. And we had taken the number of particles 30. So we can say that all 30 particles will be there in the ground state and 0 particles in the excited state. Is this clear to you or not? If not, then please write in the comment box. Alright, now what we are going to do, we are alright, so 0 particles in the excited states are there. So at temperature equals to 0, we know that the only ground states are accessible. So now we are going to find out the probability. Alright, so we have the formula. P0 equals to n0 upon n, and P1 equals to n1 divided by n. So n0, there are 30 particles and total n 30 particles, so P0 equals to 1 and P1 equals to 0. So this is what we had done earlier as well, where having the 1 degeneracy as well having the Z0 degeneracy. In the both of the cases, we had found that the probability of the ground state is 100%. We had calculated that the probability comes out to be 1. Alright, hope might be you are very clear with it. Alright, and the probability of the excited state will be 0. So P1 is 0. Now if temperature equals to infinite, all the states are equally accessible. We had read it so far. So if the two states are there, we had assumed two states, ground state and excited states, in which the probability is, for say ground state it is P2, and for the excited state for say it is P1. You can also call it the P0 for the ground state and P1 for the excited state. Alright, so probability for P1 should be the number of particles in the excited state, that is n1 upon n, total n is 30 and n1 is 15 by 30. It's the same in the ground state. And what we had read earlier is the same, that the probability of the both excited state and ground state are same or equal, that equal number of particles can go to the found in the ground state as well as in the excited states. All right, but for what we had concluded, that if the degeneracy equals to 1, then definitely the ground state population or the number of particles in the ground state is always equal to or greater than the number of particles in the excited state. But it is valid only when degeneracy equals to 1. This thing we had also done, that if the degeneracy is greater than 1, then number of particles in the excited state can be greater than the number of particles in the ground state. But it is the only concept of the degeneracy. All right, okay. Now for the system having degeneracy greater than 1, so in the first case, at temperature equals to 0 Kelvin, temperature equals to 0 is not possible. Here I means to say that temperature tending to 0. All right, only ground states are accessible, we know very well. And if total number of particles is 30, then we can say that in the ground state, if there are degeneracy is 2, degeneracy is 2 means 2 states are there, so both are equally probable, and this thing we had also studied in the first postulate of the statistical thermodynamics. What does it says? First postulate says that both states means all the states are equally probable. Principle of equal a priori, we call it principle of a priori, that all states are equally probable. It means if there are 30 particles are there in the ground state, and if there are 2 states in the ground, level, then both states have the equal probability, as well as both states can contain the equal number of particles. Both states must possess the equal number of particles. So there are 30 particles, so 15 particles are in each of the states. All right, now we can find out the probability would be the same, because the particles are 30 in the ground state and 0 in the excited state. All right, so I hope this is clear to you. Now temperature equals to infinite, the second case, all the states are equally accessible. Now look at here, that the degeneracy of the ground state is 2. There are 2 states are there, and the excited state is 1. So if there are 30 particles in total 30 particles are there, then according to the principle of a priori, all the states must possess equal number of particles, or say all the states are equally probable. So we had distributed all the particles in a equal basis, so each states will possess 10 particles. All right, so when we find out the probability, so 10 are in the excited state, so 10 upon total number of particles, that is 30. So 1/3 the probability of the excited state, and when we see the probability of the ground state, then 20 particles are there and 30 particles are in total, so 2/3 is the probability of the ground state. Are you clear with this or not? If not, then please write in the comment box. All right, okay. Now what we are going to do, the one statement which you might be or might not be familiar. Please have a look what I had made it cross. So please have a look. Here it is written that ground state levels will all have always greater number of molecules with respect to excited energy levels. I had already told you. All right, so that this is wrong. And here is the reason why it is wrong. It is wrong in the case when degeneracy is greater than 1. It is wrong in the case when degeneracy is greater than 1. Example in the case is given below. Like for example, there are two energy states in the excited energy level, or say the degeneracy of the excited state is 2. Say the degeneracy of the excited level is 2 and the degeneracy of the ground state is 1, then according to the principle of a priori, if there are total 30 particles, then equal particles will distribute in each of the subsequent energy levels. So we will distribute each 10 10 10 in all these 3 levels. Alright, okay, so 10 particles in the ground state and 10 10 are in the excited state. So we had here we can see that in the excited energy level there are total 20 particles are there. There are total 20 molecules or the particles are there, while we see in the ground state only 10 particles or molecules are there. What it is saying? It is saying that the excited state has more number of particles than the ground state. Alright, that's why I am saying that this statement is wrong. Because it depends upon the degeneracy. It is true. It can be true, but only up to the condition when the degeneracy is equals to 1. Only up to the condition when the degeneracy is equals to 1. If the degeneracy exceeds to 1, this statement will be nullified. It should be nullified. It is wrong for the degeneracy greater than 1, and here we see the degeneracy of the excited level is the greater than 1 is 2. Here it is 2. So might be you will get the result. Alright, so P1 and P0 you can calculate it at 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. So here what I have written, I am continuing the above statement which is false, that if the degeneracy of the excited level is greater than the ground state energy level, if the degeneracy of the excited level is greater than the ground energy level, then above line fails. Alright, okay, so now coming to the question, GATE 2019 question, very you will feel like awesome. Okay, so very important question, here it is. Alright, so consider a two-state system. First, at least read the question at least two times, so that you will get that what the question actually asking. So what it is saying, that consider a two-state system at thermal equilibrium. T is constant. Two-state system at T constant and having energy 0 and 2 kBT, means it is the system having without 0 point energy. System is there, and degeneracy also has said that 1 and 2, and the value of the partition function at the absolute temperature, means at the zero temperature is tending to 0. Here at this temperature we have to tell the partition function, so we know it very well. This is what we have done. We had just write down the two energy states, 2 levels, and in the ground state it is 1 state, and in the excited level there are 2 states, and energy is what is given. We had written it down, and along with the degeneracy. Alright, we know that the Q is this, and we had written for this system, and just we have to put the value of the Z0 and Z1 and energies. Alright, so we get finally this expression, and also we know that the value of the beta is 1 upon kBT. Also we know that the value of the beta is 1 upon kBT, so 1 plus this particular value we get, and ultimately we get this expression, and which has the value 1.27. Alright, so this is the partition function, and hope you are very clear what the question has asked. The question has asked to us to calculate the partition function, that is Q, and has given and we have given some conditions and some input values. So by using those values we had calculated the partition function for the above system. Now moving to the another question. All right, another question, important question. You will be going to face this question in a very might be you will face it might be you will think that this is a very easy question, but this question might be easy, but it will going to give you a lot of concepts and going to clear your some basic concepts of the thermodynamics as well. All right, so first at least read the question very carefully. What it is saying that the 15 particles are distributed among the 4 levels. 15 particles are distributed among the 4 levels as shown in the state 1. All right, so what is given to us, it has given to us that this is this first energy state, or say first system, where this arrangement of the particles in the state is given to us. All right, so you can see that in the ground state energy there are 7 particles, and in the first excited state there are 4 particles, and the 3 particles in the second excited state, and in the third excited state it is 1 particle. All right, so this is the system which is given to us. And what the question has asked, let's read the question further, that heat is given to the system and no work is done, then the final state could be, we have to tell the final states among them, second, third, fourth and fifth. All right, we have to tell the answer in either of these states what is given to us, second, third, fourth and fifth. So the final state we have to tell among these one. All right, but one thing I have to told you, that in the fourth and fifth one, the energy of each state is higher than corresponding these 3 states. All right, these have higher energy. I had done a mistake. I had not mentioned the energy state in higher energy level. I had made it in a equal energy level, but try to understand that the each energy state is in higher energy than all the first three one. All right, okay, so now what I am going to do, I am going to introduce some of the new concept to solve this question. All right, because what here it is saying that the heat is given to the system and no work is done. All right, so you are not knowing the concepts of the work and heat in the statistical thermodynamics. So let's move. All right, let's move. So this is the option what is given to us and asked for, that the first, second, third one. So right one is the first. As you can see, the right tick is in the first option. All right, so we will know how this is. All right, so here I had given the explanation. We know that the total energy of the system will be summation of EI and I. The total energy of the system will be summation of EI and I. Are you familiar or agree with this or not? Because we had done this as earlier and taken it as a very like it is there. All right, it should be right, because if there are 2 energy levels, then the number of particles in each energy levels, and then multiply, and upon addition we get the total energy of the system. So this is very clear. All right, so differentiating, so dE equals to d of this, and we had taken the summation outside and did d in inside, and differentiate this inner term by multiplication of you are knowing that by taking first function outside, differentiating the second function, and the same vice versa in the second part. So we get this one, we get this final one, and upon multiplying the summation in inside we get these terms, and final expression of the dE would be like this. Alright, are you clear up to this or not? Are you clear up to this or not? If you are clear, then move to the first law of the thermodynamics. Move to the first law of the thermodynamics. In the first law of thermodynamics, we know that it is the du equals to dW plus dQ. It is the du equals to dW plus dQ. So that this du term, this term of the du is corresponds to this dE term, will corresponds to this dE term, and this dQ terms corresponds to this EI dNi term, and this dW work corresponds to this term in summation of Ni dEi. Alright, so what is the explanation why I am just corresponding all these terms? So try to understand the reason behind it. Try to understand the reason behind it. What actually happens if there are the energy levels. You know that if there are the energy levels. Alright, so these are the energy levels, and if you done any kind of work over the system or by the system, if any kind of work is being done by the system or by the system or on the system, then this energy level will changes. This energy level gets changes, means energy of these levels gets changes, as a result of which the total energy will change. So here if you see that the term which corresponds to the work, that is the NIDEI, the term which corresponds to the dW, that the term is the NIDEI. Here the term DEI, changing the energy levels, DEI, try to understand, DEI, EI means energy levels, alright, ith energy level, so changing in the energy levels. And this, how you can do this can be attained only by the work. This can be only attained by the work, that it can be expansion or the compression. Say we also call it work is done on the system or work is done by the system. Alright, so this is what. Alright, this is the thing that I had told you, that the work is if work is done on the system or by the system, the energy levels will change. And if you look the dQ term, if you look to the dQ term, then it corresponds to this one, EI dNi. If the number of the particles in the energy levels, changes, if the particle of the energy levels changes, and this how you can achieve by giving energy to the system, by giving heat to the system. You can alter the number of particles present in each of the state. You can alter the number of the particles present in each of the state. So that's why I am saying that this dQ term represents and corresponds to the term given here, summation of EI dNi. Alright, and all this energy will refer to the total energy of the system, that corresponds to the internal energy or the du. Alright, so what we had done, we had made a comparison with the first law of the thermodynamics to understand the question that you had read just now. Alright, so now looking back to our question. Alright, in the fourth and the fifth option, the energies are high. Energy levels get high, and what I had said, energy levels can be changed only by work. And in the question what it is saying, no work is done. In the question what it is saying, that the no work is done. So how the energy levels can be changed? So option 4 and 5th are incorrect. Option 4th and 5th are incorrect. Are you clear or not? because in the fourth and fifth the energy of the energy levels get changed, and what we had read that if you are doing any work on the system or taking the work from the system, so the energy levels get changed. But in the question what it is saying that the no work is done, so we cannot change, so the state cannot be changed, and option 4 and 5 are wrong. Now we have the second and third option. So look, heat is given to the system, and what we had said or studied that if heat is given out to the system, then the number of particles in the ground state or in the states excite to the higher energy states. Alright, we had already done it. So look in the second and third. One particle is excited into the first energy state, and in the third there are two particles which are exciting from the ground to first excited state. So which one will be correct? As you can see, in the second, the number of particles in the ground state is maximum than in its first, second, third excited states. So number of particles in the ground state is and you can see in the third option the number of particles in the first excited states are greater than in number of particles in the ground state, which cannot be true when the degeneracy is 1. It cannot be true. We had already read it. Alright, so option 3 would be incorrect. Option 3 is incorrect, and automatically the left option is option 2. So we say that the 2 option is correct, and it is given in the here, so we call it option 2 is correct, and we had marked it. Alright, so hope you people might be clear with it. And one more thing, please write it in your notebook, because it is very, very important. Heat given to the system, it will excite the number of particles, or say number of particles in each state will be changed. Because of the temperature, each particles gain energy and excite to the higher energy states, and the number of particles in each energy states will get changed. And the second thing is work done by or on the system, it will lead to the change in the energy levels of the system. Alright, so hope you people enjoyed, and if any of the query left of your so please drop it in the comment box. I will definitely answer at there only. So we'll meet in the next video. This is all for today. Alright, so one request from you guys, that if you didn't subscribe my channel, so please subscribe it, because it will give me the motivation. Alright, but if you not interested, so no worry, we'll meet in the next video. So till then, goodbye, see you, have a good day.